When Social Security was established in 1935, the average U.S. life expectancy was 60 for men and 64 for women. Now, it is 75 for men and 81 for women, even accounting for a one-year drop across the board due to the pandemic. This means that women and men were pretty much expected to work when the Social Security system was created, till they dropped. Today, men can expect to live about 10 years beyond retirement age, while women can expect to live 15 years after they stop working. This is a significant development. This positive development explains why the Social Security system is heading towards an eventual restructure. Unless early retirement is eliminated and the normal retirement age keeps getting raised, Social Security is going to run out of money sooner rather than later. Feeling left behind. We've been through a lot lately. It was a year ago when everybody thought the world was ending. Economies were being shut down, and central banks around the world were so scared the economies would collapse that they held emergency meetings after emergency meetings to think of ways to throw money into the system. The plan largely worked. 1 year later and the picture is practically a complete 180. Nowadays, it seems like everybody is getting rich all around us. It was the Tesla stock speculators a good few months ago. Then it was those who cashed in during the GameStop craze. And let's not leave out the Bitcoin crowd. One of my friends got into these cryptocurrencies 18 months ago and he's already talking about retiring in a few years from his crypto portfolio. Good for him. On the other hand, there are just as many people who got spooked by the possible collapse and subsequently lost out on one of the fastest rebounds in history. What does retirement look like for those who cashed out near the bottom and missed the run-up, especially when their damaged nest egg is coupled with unprecedented longevity? It means that some of us will need to work longer than the normal retirement age of 66. You can retire at any time between 62 and 70 as of now, with your benefits prorated to reflect your age. If you retire early, your check will be smaller, and you will receive more if you wait until 70. When it gets down to it, picking a date to start collecting your benefits is basically a gamble on how long you are going to live. But on average, if you expect to live until around 75, retiring from paid work and starting to withdraw benefits at age 62 is probably not the smartest move, financially speaking. What if you want to work, but can't? As if the situation isn't complex enough, another issue is that even if you want to keep working, not all employers will be open to employing older workers. As we've discussed before, age-based discrimination is unfortunately fairly widespread. And even if the practice illegal, there are ways to make it appear as if the company is simply downsizing, and not necessarily getting rid of older employees. The solution is twofold. You need to save enough for a possibly long retirement. You also need to find a way to make money well into your 70s by starting your own business or by working part-time. You might not make much, but that extra income plus your savings and Social Security benefits might be what it takes to help you live comfortably and avoid running out of money. What are people like you and me planning to do? In an interesting discussion on Facebook, I asked my Facebook friends, will you be able to retire? The answers I received were interesting, and definitely reflect a change in the way people look at retirement. We've planned for non-retirement. I never really expected a stereotypical retirement of just hanging out doing whatever seemed fun at the moment, traveling, supper at 4 p.m., and all the rest. Instead, I see some form of engaged activity until I keel over, and I would expect that some of that produces a way to continue providing for myself. Whether it's income from a book I've yet to complete, a garden I tend for my own groceries, or maybe even some kind of part-time employment I can't yet envision. Whatever it is, it'll be because I enjoy it. I refuse to fear the future. I'll be working as long as I can, then living on Social Security after age 70. I don't have a plan. I'm winging it from month to month and am confident that I will manage somehow. I'm great at getting by on very little when I have to. Maybe I should be more worried about money, but truthfully, I'm grateful for my health and am doing what I can to invest in that. We planned for early retirement and made it. However, with rising prices, and other reasons, working periodically keeps us from having to tap into our savings without having to adjust our standards of living. Society will need to adjust with longer life expectancy. More and more people are not planning to ever retire. It's not necessarily bad news, keeping active and alert and exercising those brain cells may actually mean better, healthier aging. But this will require a shift in the way our society views older people. Instead of expecting the over 65 crowd to politely disappear into some sunny retirement community in Florida, we should accept that people can be an active, contributing part of society for as long as they wish to be. What about you? Has your nest egg zoomed up like gangbusters? Or are you afraid you'll never retire?